Aussies can't afford to have babies. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because I want to talk about an article which is really quite sad actually. Aussies can't afford to have babies or can't afford to raise children. Now, before we go through this article, I'm a father of 6 children. We have a very large family. Now, kids, they're not as expensive as the media portrays. They will say kids cost a fortune to raise, but then it's over their lifetime, and if you spoil the shit out of them, and if you spend on an extremely expensive private school, they add all of that in there to create this perception that this is what kids cost and what they need. They don't really need that. We didn't get all of that when we were a kid. You can be pretty frugal with children too, and the more you have, the more cost-effective it is. You got a dollar cost average your children, just like the stock market guys, you know, so you get more of them, have them closer together. So anyway, let's have a look at how much American, this is some data from Wikipedia from America of average spending. So for before tax income of less than $59,000, the average of $38,000, this is how much they're spending for the kids on all, from 0 to 2 to 15 to 17, with a total of $170,000, give or take, on their children, which is, well, not that crazy over this time period, guys, because you stretch it out. You're spending a little bit here and there. Transport, clothing, health, food. I mean, you spend the food anyway. It's going to be cheaper. They don't eat that much until they get to teenage years, then it gets crazy. And you can see here, even for income from $59,000 to $102,000, they're spending $234,000. And then when you go up, of more than $102,000 with an average of $180,000, they're spending $389,000 over the lifetime of the kid. So you don't need to be spending huge amounts of money. And the problem is people are always afraid, they're worried. I know I was quite scared when we had our first child. I mean, that's not natural, that's normal. There's never going to be a perfect time to have a kid. But you just got to do it because you're going to miss out on, frankly, what's one of the best things in life. And it's sad. People are putting it off too long. I mean, I wouldn't count on IVF or even your frozen eggs or any of that stuff coming to the rescue, ladies, because it doesn't work. There's the viability of what they're doing. The odds are against you. It's crazy when it should be free and easy. But anyway, let's look at this, because this is also to do with the fact that housing is so bloody expensive in Australia. People are going to put off having family. So Aussies can't afford to have babies. Raising a child can be very costly over the course of a lifetime. It can be, but there's ways to be cheap. Just don't spoil them, guys. With the cost of living skyrocketing, mortgage repayments rising, and record high rents, it's no wonder Aussies are putting off one of the biggest expenses of all, having babies. New research from baby product subscription service. What the hell is a baby product subscription service? People. Okay, let me get up bloody Google and let's look up People. PBBL. I mean, they're obviously one that have done the market research here. What is this? Portable. What? People. Portable yoga. What the hell is this? People. Is this them? Okay, I don't think this is them. This can't be them. Okay, let's People baby product. Baby product. Or rental? Is that it? Ethical toys. This can't be a thing. Are people renting baby stuff? Rent baby gear. Whoa. No. Why would you rent it? It's going to get completely destroyed. Oh, wow. I'm sure kids love playing with that and not Lego. Anyway, okay, so this is something I never heard of. I mean, okay, you can just buy stuff secondhand. People are giving stuff away. You can go on Marketplace to get all of the stuff that you need cheap. You don't need the $1,000 bloody pram. You can get a $250 one that someone else has gone through that looks like shit because it's been through the trenches. Nothing you have is going to remain pristine with kids. Okay, you just sacrifice everything from waist down as part of their mental development and their education. Anyway, a third of Australians believe the rising cost of living making it too hard for young parents to provide the necessary things for a child. Okay, now, is that because they've got a warped perception of what they need to provide for a child? You've got all these people that think, oh, I need to provide this, I need to provide that for their kids. The research found a further 14% of Australians felt they were unable to afford having children, 9% have delayed having a baby, and 6% had decided not to have a baby at all due to rising costs. And that's really sad. I remember when Rachel said, we're having a kid, once I brought her full-time in the business. So when we started our architectural practice, Rachel was contracting for someone else. We had so much work, I needed her to help. So she came over full-time and she said, well, if you can afford to have me full-time, we can afford to have kids. And that's how the decision was made. And when she told me with the pregnancy test, when we had our first child, when she was pregnant, my response was, oh shit, I need to get more work. I was terrified. I was terrified because you got no idea as a first parent. And I remember when Mina was born, we went to the Mater Hospital there, fantastic hospital. If you want to have a kid, I highly recommend it. We went to the group midwives practice with no complications. It was really good. And I remember afterwards, when Rachel was resting in the birthing suite, I went out and got a coffee. And I was talking to another dad who had 5 kids. 5 kids. I thought, wow, that's so many. And now that's me. The crazy dad with 6. I mean, this is sad. This is sad because people are putting off one of the best things in your life. Is having a family. Additionally, a fifth of Australians said if they had to provide for a baby, it would consume a significant proportion of their savings. Not really. You don't need to buy all this shit, guys. Seriously. While 11% believed having a baby would cause them to go into debt. Well, they've got no idea. You just don't buy the shit. Go to a Vinnie's. Go to Vinnie's and buy the stuff there. If they need, toys are so cheap. Clothing is so cheap now. You go to Kmart and you get it cheap. Kids don't cost that much. 1 in 10 would use credit cards to purchase essential baby items if their savings didn't cover everything. Get it secondhand. Go on Marketplace, buy it secondhand. The kids don't need the new things. They don't need the flash things. It doesn't matter. They're going to cover the stuff like a baby pram or a carrier. They're going to cover it in shit and vomit. Okay? That's going to be your life. You're going to build up such a tolerance for these things, it doesn't matter. Or if they get food, they'll put it everywhere. And you want that because you want them to be able to feed themselves. We do baby-led weaning. We'll put a plate in front of our baby and they will feed themselves. Our 1-year-old, she gets up and goes out to bed herself. You want them to have those independent skills. So how much does it cost to have a baby? Let's have a look. In 2019, IBIS World listed the average cost of having a baby at $7,918 per year for the baby's first 4 years. Really? We'd have to look back at the figures. If it costs that much, it can't. $8,000 a year am I spending on a kid? I don't think so. But I mean, here's the thing, because we've got so many children, everything gets handed down. And now, we've had 2 friends. Our little boy, he's got a friend up the street. They just give us all the clothes because they've only got 1 kid in the family. So when he grows out of them, they give them to us. Another family, another friend of my daughter's just gave a whole lot of clothes to us because she grew out of them. And because they're all going to school, where we homeschool, our kids don't have uniforms, so they just wear their normal clothes all the time, so it gets worn out. Their clothes are hardly ever worn because they're in their school uniform every day. I mean, that's another way to cut costs, homeschool. But you've got to have a wife that can afford to do that, or a husband that can afford to spend the time. That's a lost income there. Anyway, Westpac research found the most expensive item was childcare, coming around $4,340 per year. Okay, well, that's why I don't have that cost at all, because we work from home and we raise our kids ourselves. Food at $1,227 per year. Oh, I mean, it should just be what you're eating anyway. It should just, you have to buy a kilo more of mince. It shouldn't be that expensive. Clothing at $640 per year. That's a lot of clothing. That is a shitload of clothing. You should not have to spend that much. Go to Kmart, buy the cheapest stuff. They don't need the brand name things. Okay, if they're a teenager and they want the brand name things, they need to get a job to earn the money to earn it. Okay, there you go, done. Come on. Is Sweat Hog still cool, guys? Is that still a cool brand? Let me know in the comments. I'm a bit out of date. So over 4 years, that's $31,000. But if you can, well, no, not if you don't have the childcare. Get rid of that. Take care of your own kids. And you're working anyway, so that's not really a cost. But if you consider how much it would cost you from a child to 18 years old, the numbers are staggering. Not really. We've already gotten rid of this. This clothing cost is way too much. You can get clothes dirt cheap at any op shop. Some 2018 research from the Australian Institute of Family Studies found it costs low-income families $340 a week to raise 2 children. There's no way. We've got 6 kids. There's no way we're spending $340 a week on our kids. I mean, we're buying food, but we buy that anyway. I went shopping today, so I'm on day 2 of my water fast, and I did the big shop, and I probably dropped about $750 around there. But this is a big shop. It's all of our meat for the month and all of our salmon for the month, and that's expensive. We eat a diet that is very high in animal products, so it's more expensive, but it's also healthier. So yeah, okay. Well, I mean, what did I spend on the kids? I'm just thinking. I think I bought them a few. I didn't buy them any toys they wanted. I got them the chicken nuggets they wanted. You know, I bought a kilo bag of that as a treat for the kids. That wasn't $340 a week. I don't know where this bullshit's coming from, guys. 159,000, yeah. Just don't spoil your kids, okay? Don't buy them this stuff. However, a 2013 report from the University of Canberra found the cost of raising 2 children will likely range from $474,000 to $1 million. Yeah, what? Some wanky-ass spoiled brat kids. Yeah. Anyway, so let's have a talk about this one, guys. I mean, the sad truth is people will buy into this shit and they won't have kids. Probably because of you want stability, you want to provide a safe family environment for your children. And, well, that's what kids need. They don't need all the other crap. I suspect the sad truth is today you need both mum and dad working full-time, usually just to get a house and to afford all the living costs. So people hardly ever see their kids. They're either in childcare or they're raised or they're in school. Other people are spending more time with your children than you do. So then what do people do? They compensate. So they buy gizmos, gadgets, and things like that. It's really sad. But have kids, guys. Find a way to make it happen. They don't cost that much. This is bullshit. Okay? You don't need to spoil them. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out my other channels, HeiseBim and HeiseSays International. And if you want to support us, you can financially on YouTube or Patreon, using our referral links, buying our pocket squares, or calling us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. And I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now. $300 a week. That's bullshit.